I went with Roy Keane.
Wow.
I don't like. I'm gonna be honest here. I don't think it's just down to just ability wise. Like it's not. It's not. I don't think. I think there's other people more technical. This is about what you do in terms of man management. This is about how people see you. This is about, consider that people can say what they want about Roy Keane, but yet he still was able to beef like Viera and stuff. So you can look at the two and say, oh, he's more technically gifted. But why did this guy give him why was he playing on his mind all the time? Why was it all about this player v this player? You got to understand what Roy Keane did. He took all the pressure from the whole of Man United and he put it onto his shoulders. He's the one that tells you what you're doing is right or wrong. He's the one who tells you move the hell forward. This game ain't over. You're gonna go clap hands with your rivals. He's the man that pulls you back in and says, "This is not how we play football. This is how we play football."
Yeah, but Viera did the same thing for Arsenal.
Who's more successful?
Yeah, but he had Scholes. You just said he had Scholes. He had Beckham. He had Giggs.
What I'm trying to say is he gave freedom to players like Paul Scholes.
Yeah, but if you were to look at
limelight off the,
yeah, but just compare them.
There are plenty of games. There are plenty of games where he came, where he turned up. Like, first of all, Roy Keane turned up to 99.99% of games of Man United. There weren't any games he's shy of. There was no games he was shy of. He played defensive midfield like probably no other player did. And for considering out of all the players that I'm naming, he's probably not the most technically gifted. He had to make up in so many other departments to be considered by not just myself or yourself, but many, many people as one of certainly top 5 midfielders in the Premier League. That's a certainty.
No, I'm not discrediting because he's in your top 10. But if I had to compare ability, I don't know if John agrees with me. But if you compare,
I'm not comparing raw ability. I'm telling you everything else he did and more.
Yeah, but he did the same. Viera did the same thing for Arsenal. Like when they went on that unbeaten, he was the man. Like he was the guy. No one messed with him. And like what he has over Keane is like, if you were to compare like headering, for example, Vieira's taller, he headers the ball better. If you were to compare who tackles better, Viera tackles better. Faster, Vieira's faster.
Personally for me, I just think he's more of a commander. I think people like in the Arsenal team, think of it like this in the Arsenal team, yeah, they're probably all to some extent like look up to Viera and listen to him to that extent. In Man United, you naturally have egos. I've always said this, like you got to understand that we are a team, right? Fergie said so many times that I didn't actually have to manage the game when I have Roy Keane on the pitch. Now, how the hell can you say that's the same thing Patrick Vieira did for Arsene Wenger? Arsene Wenger was a coach from the bottom to the top.
He had other players.
Ferguson was your motivator. Ferguson made the average player look good. And Roy Keane
needed so many of these factors around him, though. Like he needed Scholes, he needed Beckham. Vieira, you could have dropped.
I don't know if he needed. Like you alluded to earlier. You put Roy Keane next to Steven Gerrard, you got a Premier League title for Liverpool, yes or no? Think about that for just a second, yes or no?
Because he hasn't got the actual,
Can Patrick Vieira and Steven Gerrard actually even play together when they both want to control?
Okay, all right. The better question is, if Vieira went into United and Keane wasn't there, and Vieira would United win titles? John, what do you think? If Vieira replaced, hands down, easy. Can you imagine Vieira being in that
moving teams?
I think it might be better.
Couldn't win a title for 30 years, and I'll give you Roy Keane, and neither of you could say no.
No, but
think about that for a second.
But I get that. But if I had to give Vieira's backline against United's backline, yeah, exactly. With Keane playing.
What I'm saying, okay, for someone who's technically inferior, right? Why was it all about that player then? Why did he not care so much about the rest of Man United? Why is his focus?
No, I get it from a leader standpoint, but I just think Vieira, ability-wise, beat him in majority of the stuff.
It's like think about it like this: Muhammad Ali versus what's his name, Rashid?
George Foreman.
Frazier.
Oh, okay, Frazier.
And you know how Muhammad Ali just had his focus on him, and he kind of elevated him. Because if he just left it all alone and he didn't do all that mind stuff, you'd just say hands down, Muhammad Ali is the king of the world. But whenever you think about Joe Frazier, you think about how much hassle he gave Ali and how Ali's whole focus became back, how that motivated that man to become more, and how we talk about Muhammad Ali as the best in the world. But without Frazier, would he become even that? It's like how much that guy meant to him is more than what he You know, do you understand that to some extent?
I get it, but who's meant to be Keane and who's meant to be Viera in that?
I can't tell you whether Viera would have won things with Man United. Like I can just tell you that looking at Roy Keane.
If you look at his international
Roy Keane
career,
was the manager on the pitch. Roy Keane held down the DM position probably as well as Viera, if not better, in my opinion. I think in terms of respect, I don't think there's any player more feared or respected in the whole Premier League than Roy Keane in his prime. And that goes for Viera as well. I don't think there's a single.
I'd say fear, not respect, exactly. Man.
Fear and respect. Fear and respect. You knew not to mess with him, whether you knew him or not.
But that's not respect. That's fear.
Yeah, that's fear
like,
to
what
me.
he did there.
I'm sure if you knew him, you would respect him.
But anyway,
he's born out of respect to some extent. You don't mess around. He's not there to play. He's not there. He's there to teach all these.
He's not there to play. That's the sum of it. He's not there to play. He's there to do all the other jobs, like you said, because he had skulls around him.
It's all part of the team. There's. I think we're flicking between certain players whereby if we'd flick them over, it doesn't seem too much of a problem. But